There you are, $2,350.
Horses, Fred.
Here you are, Jim.
Hello, Sam.
Howdy there, Sunset. Quite a herd you unloaded.
Yeah, did pretty well.
Hey, Sunset.
Cards.
Them two tin horns, Ace Diamonds and Clinker, have already snagged themselves a sucker.
Yeah, it's that Owens kid we met on the trail last night.
Yeah, too bad. He appeared like a nice young fella.
Beats me.
Yoo! Boy, are my spurs jingling.
Your luck's sure running, kid.
You bet it is.
Here you are, Sunset.
Thank you, Sam.
Same old come on. Let the kid win a few chips before they start taking him.
Yep.
Sunset, we gotta do something.
We are. We're going to mind our own business.
We just can't sit here and watch them wolves pick his bones clean.
When are you going to learn to mind your own affairs?
All right. I'm sorry I mentioned it. I guess I'm just an old moss-covered busybody, always sticking his nose in where it don't belong.
That's right.
Don't do that. It cost me $10.
Hello, boys. Mind if I sit in?
No, you're welcome. But I warn you, my luck's spinning sky high.
Thanks.
Gonna be the death of me yet.
Ace is full. Gentlemen, my thanks for a very profitable evening. Cash me in, Ace.
You're not quitting.
Why not? The table's clean.
You haven't given me a chance to get even.
What do you intend to use for money?
Anything wrong with an IOU?
No, not if the right man signs it.
Here, that ought to be worth 100 in chips.
I don't believe in crowding my luck.
Look, I own a ranch. I'll put it up against anything you've got.
Aren't you in deep enough?
Look, you don't understand. I had no right to play. I needed that money to meet some notes at the bank.
Why didn't you think of that sooner?
You gotta give me back my money.
Wait a minute, kid. Take it easy.
Just a minute, this is private.
But I gotta have it.
Hey, Sunset, wasn't you just a mite rough with that youngster?
He deserves a lesson.
Maybe. But the sister he told us about the other night don't. That's bad luck money, and I wouldn't touch a penny of it.
Nobody knows how much that ranch is really worth. I can't lose it.
And do something about it. Don't let that tin horn get away with it.
You mean he cheated me?
Both ways from the middle.
I'm gonna get my money.
Wait a minute. You're not healed. Might take a little persuasion. I think you'll find him at the corral.
Kid's too young to be gambling anyhow. What does he know about cards at his age?
Now stop mumbling in your beard.
Yeah, but Sunset...
Tomorrow morning when the kid sobers up and's ready to start back for the ranch, I'm gonna give him his money back.
Well, dad blasted, why didn't you tell me that in the first place? You'd be the death of me yet, always getting me all riled up.
Keep your hand away from that gun, Carson. And hand over your money belt.
I suppose Ace Diamond put you up to this.
I said hand over that money belt.
This is highway robbery, kid.
Benny's right. You better listen to him.
That's funny coming from you. Hand it over.
My money's also in this belt.
Fine, I'll just take that for interest.
Don't be a fool, Owens. Don't let Ace Diamond make you do something you'll be sorry for.
Get the money belt.
That must have hit him.
What's going on? What was that shooting?
It's an accident, Sheriff.
Looks like a mighty handy one to me.
What happened?
Well, they had a fight, and Owens was looking for you to make out a complaint. I guess Carson laid for him.
It was just the other way around. He was coming after us with a gun.
He claimed Carson cold-decked his money playing poker.
Yes, and we claim it. He called that Carson's money belt, and he wasn't playing.
Shut up, will you? Let me get this one at a time. Oh, Ace.
Well, what happened?
Was you in that poker game?
Why, yes. Carson's luck did seem a little too good, and the kid was riled enough to do anything. Maybe Carson had to shoot him in self-defense.
In the back? That don't sound like self-defense to me.
I was just trying to give Carson the benefit of the doubt.
You mean the benefit of a rope around his neck?
You said it, brother. Sheriff, I don't see any gun on the kid. Or any gun belt either.
And no money belt, Carson.
And someone in this crowd pulled just about the quickest robbery on record.
And the slickest frame-up to boot.
Sheriff, I'd advise you to do some searching, starting with these two.
Go ahead. We've got nothing to hide. It might not be a bad idea to search Carson and his pal.
Yeah, good idea.
Come on, Carson. You're under arrest.
Sorry, Sheriff. Whether you believe it or not, somebody stacked that deck against me.
Maybe so, but you'll spoil any chances of ever proving it if you make a break.
More chances than I'd have behind bars. Get the horses, Banty.
You won't get far, Carson. I'd advise you to give yourself up.
Maybe I will, when the right time comes.
All right, Sunset. They're covered. Get mounted.
accusations, Clinker.
Smells a little like blood money to me.
You don't mind, though, eh?
No, I'm just kidding, Ace.
Well, don't. I don't like it. Wait a minute. Are you trying to hold out on me?
Why, no, Ace. Whatever gave you an idea like that?
It's kind of unusual for you to accept your cut without whining about it.
Well, I don't exactly always like taking the short end of deals.
Well, why shouldn't you? I do the thinking for both of us, don't I?
Yeah, I know, Ace. You're smart. You've got brains.
And don't forget it.
Maybe I shouldn't tackle this on my own.
Maybe you shouldn't tackle what on your own? You got something up your sleeve?
Yeah, plenty.
Well, if it means using your head, don't try it alone. You need me.
I think this time, Ace, that I got what you need. If you'll split 50-50, I'll spill it.
Well, what is it?
Take a look at this assay on this gold sample.
$600 a ton. Why, this is a bonanza. Where'd you get this?
Did we split it even?
Sure, Clinker, sure.
That stuff came out of Jim Owens' pocket with this money belt.
That's what Owens meant when he said his ranch was worth more than anyone knew.
You think we can find out a way to take it over?
I believe so. If you can learn to think with your head instead of your mouth.
Don't worry, Ace. I won't say a word unless you make me.
Fine, Clinker. And here's to our success.
That ranch has been in the Owens family for years, Mr. Diamond. I'm sure Miss Owens won't consider selling it.
That's what she said when we talked to her.
Then why come to me?
Because you hold some notes on it.
You appear well informed.
I always make it a habit to look up the people I intend to do business with.
Yes?
It seems rather strange that the Owens kids didn't know about those notes before the old man died.
What's strange about that? I had to tell them.
Oh, naturally. But I found out you had to tell a lot of other widows and children the same thing. After the man of the family was dead.
I don't understand, sir.
I think you do, Lewis. Those notes cover an indebtedness that never existed.
What are you talking about?
Forgery. Or very clever forgery. And since the men who are supposed to sign those notes are dead, they can't call you. But I can.
You have no basis for what you're saying, unless you're thinking of blackmail.
Huh, blackmail. Well, that's penny ante compared to what I've got in mind. And you better quit your bluffing and get down to cases, or I'll lay my cards on the table before Molly Owens herself. Think it over. Come on, Clinker.
Now, don't be too hasty, Mr. Diamond. What do you want?
Partner that talks my language.
Yes, of course. Of course. I'm sure we can understand each other.
I'm sure we can. Now?
What's your proposition?
A gold mine, my dear Mr. Lewis. A gold mine.
But young Owens could have picked this up some other place.
No, I'm sure it's on his ranch. His sister let us look the place over.
Yeah, we found some diggings down on the South Range.
Molly Owens just rode in. I'll be right back.
Turn her down.
That won't be easy. She's not the kind to take no for an answer.
tell her she shouldn't try to run that ranch alone.
Yeah, she's just a woman.
I'd rather run up against any 3 men. I'll do the best I can.
Leave that door open a bit. I want to hear it.
Oh, hello, Molly, darling. What can I do for you?
Well, I'd like to pay on the notes.
But they aren't due for several days. Sit down.
There's no law against my paying interest if I have the money, is there?
Interest? But, Molly, Jim gave me to understand he'd pay off the principal this time.
He did?
Yes. He was in here just before he left on the trail drive, so I included the amount in my report to the stockholders and the audit to the bank examiner. It'll put me in a very bad light.
Well, can't you tell them I stand a chance of getting the money back? I'm sure they'll capture that cowardly murderer soon.
I hope they do, Molly. But even if and when the law catches up with Carson, they may not be lucky enough to recover the money. Even if they do, there'll be legal procedure before we can touch it. There'll be a trial, and that takes time.
He won't need any trial if I have anything to do with it.
I'm sorry, Molly. I don't think the stockholders will listen to me.
You mean they'll want to foreclose?
I'm afraid so. But I can't do it, Molly. Your dad built this town, gave me my start. Rather than to see you lose everything, I've decided to dig down into my own pocket and buy the place.
Well, I'm grateful, Mr. Lewis, but the ranch is not for sale. And if Jim promised you the money, you'll get it.
So how do you intend to raise the money? Your last trail herd took most of your cattle.
Yes, but I still have a herd of horses left.
Oh, it'd be a shame to dispose of them. You have no other means of raising money?
No, but the sale of those horses will enable me to meet those notes. So, thank you again.
I'm sorry, Molly. Well, gentlemen, you heard what she said. That assay report brought you on a wild goose chase. I'm convinced there's no gold mine on her land.
I'm not.
But Molly would have told me.
Not if she didn't know about it. It's possible her brother decided to wait until after he got the assay report before telling her about it.
Perhaps. But since she intends to liquidate her indebtedness to my bank, there's nothing more to be done. May I bid you gentlemen good day?
Just a minute, Lewis. Are you planning to deal us out and grab that ranch for yourself?
Why, how could I?
Very easily. Just prevent the girl from rounding up her horses.
That's suggestive of violence.
That's correct. And it'll start right in this room. Unless you fall in line.
That's right.
What do you want me to do?
First thing, draw up a partnership agreement.
Don't forget I'm in on it.
Split it 3 ways. And have it ready by the time I get back.
When you get back?
Yes. I'm going to Trail's End to sell my cantina. Then I'll only have the Owens ranch and you to watch.
But what about the roundup?
There won't be any. My men will see to that.
I'll see to that.
Well, I don't know how you fellows feel, but I've had enough. Every time we'd show ourselves in the open, they're laying for us. I'm quitting.
Well, that ought to do the work. Come on.
What happened, Tim?
We were fired on again. They winged Steve this time.
Well, who did it?
We still don't know. I'm sorry, Miss Molly, but we've had enough.
So you let them scare you out? All right. I'll get your pay. Well, what do you say, men? Wait a minute. It'll mean a real bonus to those who stick to the end of the drive.
I'm sorry, Miss Owens.
It's the kid's sister.
We'd like to go back to work, but you can't spend a bonus 6 feet under the ground.
That's right.
Hold it. Look, you'll have protection. The sheriff has promised me several of his deputies to stand guard.
Begging your pardon, ma'am, but if you're looking for a foreman and a couple of good hands, me and my 2 friends here might sign up.
Well, what's your name?
Chuck Barton, ma'am.
Okay, Chuck. If you don't mind taking orders from a lady boss, you and your friends are hired.
Fine. Suppose you let me take over the job of hiring. I'm pretty sure I'll be able to get together a crew and bring them out to your place.
Thanks, Chuck. It's all in your hands, and I'll see you out the ranch.
See you out there in a jiffy. Fellas, I don't blame you for reneging. It's downright foolishness to go out there and get shot full of holes.
Right.
My advice to you men is to get on your horses and ride.
I thought Miss Owens wanted you to hire men.
What of it?
Seems to me you're going about it in a strange way.
Nobody asked you for an opinion.
Well, it's got a skunk smell to me.
Why, you old piece of probate.
Pick him up and get him out of here. Boys, I don't think we should let down a girl who's in trouble. How about signing on?
Well, mister, with you ramrodding the outfit, it's a different story. I'm ready to sign on.
Good. How about the rest of you men?
Come on, you Randy. Start falling in line right here.
Well, that's it.
All right, boys. Get your horses and let's get started.
I'll get him.
Likens foreman had better luck than I did in hiring men.
He sure did, Miss Molly, only it happened to be Carter here instead of Chuck Barton, who was lucky.
What's that?
Howdy, ma'am. You see, Chuck Barton decided to resign at the last moment, so I took over.
I do my own hiring and firing.
Take my word for it, Miss Molly. You got way the best of the deal.
I'm sure you'll think so.
Oh, you do? Rather modest, aren't you?
I try to be.
All right. I suppose I'm in no position to be choosy, and I've got work to be done.
Thank you, ma'am.
My foremen stay close to the men, Mr. Carter, here as well as on the range. So get your men settled in the bunkhouse, and I'll fix them supper. I'll explain the work and wages to you later.
You mind if I tag along, miss?
Now, what's this?
Mr. Banty McCade, my assistant.
Well, I hope your work proves better than your judgment of men.
Huh. I wonder what she meant by that.
So you see, Mr. Carter, it's absolutely necessary for that herd to reach the market before those notes fall due.
I'm sure it can be done, ma'am.
Well, it won't be easy, considering what's already happened around here.
When did this trouble start, Miss Molly?
When my brother was murdered. Since that day, everything seems to have gone wrong. That's Jim.
Imagine you thought a lot of him.
I love my brother very much. Why did this have to happen to him? He never harmed anyone. Well, why are you staring?
Oh, I was just wondering why the Lazy O is the only ranch that's been picked on, and why the bank is so suddenly interested in buying it.
It was just to help me. Mr. Lewis is an old friend of the family's, and he wanted to try and save me from losing everything.
Then who else would try to break you?
Sunset Carson. Who else?
Carson?
Yes. Do you know him?
Well, yeah, I heard of him. And he's done some crazy things. But stealing a ranch from a woman ain't one of them.
And why not? He didn't stop at robbing and shooting an unarmed man in the back, did he?
I reckon everybody's heard about that scrape he got into at Trail's End, but we figured...
Well, maybe there's more to it than most people know.
Yes, ma'am, you see, we figured that he might not be all to blame.
Well, he is as far as I'm concerned. All I want to do is meet him face to face.
And when you do?
That's between him and me.
Oh, Sunset. Now, don't do anything you're going to be sorry for. It wasn't your fault. We both was an accident.
I'll dry up, Banty.
Hey, Sunset, that woman gives me the shivers. Let's hightail it out of here.
Too late for that now. She needs us more than I'd even hoped for. We've got a chance to save her ranch.
Oh, there'll be reward notices and pictures show up any time now. And she's bound to see them. And she ain't fooling about what she'll do to you.
I know that, but we got to get those horses to market. Come on, we've got a hard night's work ahead.
Pasture.
Somebody's hitting the main herd. Come on, boys! Round up the strays. Come on, Banty.
Well, what'd you come back for?
Thought you were badly hit.
Oh, dad blame it, I'm all right. Go on and get him. Don't let him get away.
Too late to catch up with him now. We better go back and help Tim round up the herd.
Well, all right. Here he goes this way now.
Everything was going along fine till this man Carter showed up.
Oh, settle down, Lewis. I don't intend to have anyone spoil it for us now.
And you must move without delay. The rate Carter's going, you'll have that herd rounded up and ready for the drive tomorrow.
Let him. As fast as he rounds them up, Clinker and his men will scatter.
The herd didn't get scattered, Ace. We did.
What do you mean?
I mean that Carson's ramrodding that outfit.
Carson, here.
He means Carter. Just like I told you, he's more than a match for us.
No, Lewis. He means Carson, Sunset Carson.
That's right.
And he'll be out of our way very soon.
And what are you going to do?
Nothing, my friend. But you are.
Oh, no. You promised to handle anything that necessitated violence.
That's right. But this isn't your department. A respectable citizen doing his duty, cooperating with the law. Here. Take a look at this. All you have to do is to walk down to the sheriff's office and let him take over from there.
Yes, of course.
So he's the one. I can hardly believe it.
That clipping removes all doubt.
Yes. Yes, it certainly does.
Ain't that the sheriff and the bank?
Yeah, guess they come out to kick her off the place.
Well, let's disappoint them.
Why, that cowardly murderer.
Now, take it easy, Molly. I'll handle him.
Howdy, Sheriff. Mr. Lewis? Well, Molly, we did it. The herd's in, ready for the drive.
You're under arrest, Sunset Carson, for the murder of Jim Owens. Go ahead and draw, McCabe. It'll save me the trouble of taking you both in alive.
I warned you, Sunset. We should have hightailed it when we had the chance. You'll be the death of me yet.
I'll handle this, Sheriff. This man owes me a debt.
And the law will collect it. Don't you worry, Molly.
I'm collecting it myself. Drop your guns. I said drop your guns. And that means you too, McCabe. All right, Carson. Turn around and start walking toward that bunkhouse.
Wait a minute, Miss Molly. You don't understand. Give me a chance to explain.
I'll give you the same chance you gave my brother. And that's a bullet in the same place. Now do as I say.
Well, why don't you shoot?
Just turn around and keep walking.
You don't have to shoot him again.
Looks like you'll have to drop that gun again, Sheriff. Hold it, Molly.
Yippee! That's my partner.
That was a good try.
But not the last one.
Sounds interesting. Come on, Banty.
matter?
We're making tracks like a map.
Just what are you trying to cook up, Sunset?
Trying to figure out a way to shake that sheriff off our trail.
And you figure separate to do it.
It's not a bad idea, Banty. At least one of us might get away. Now try and find a creek bed or some rocky ground to lose them in. Yes, sir, that's it.
No, that ain't you, lying horse thief. You're just taking to get back to that ranch and let Molly Owens fill you full of lead so you can tell her you ain't as bad as you was made out to be. And if you think I'm gonna...
Shut up. It's them. Now try and make it back to the cave on the south range. I'll meet you there.
That's just what I figured. And if you think you're gonna get away with it, get going. There they are.
Over there. Didn't Carson come in here?
Well, if he did, I would have seen him.
Well, he was headed this way. But don't you worry, Molly. I'll get him.
Come out of that closet, Carson. Next time, it'll be through the door. Now throw your gun over here and put your hands in the air.
Where's the sheriff?
I got rid of him.
I see. Still trying to keep our relationship nice and cozy.
And with the same gun that shot Jim.
Very clever idea. Getting your pound of flesh, ounce by ounce.
Right. And here's the first ounce.
This'll take time, so you'll have to listen to what I came back here to tell you.
You came back here because you figured it'd be the last place they looked for you.
No, Miss Molly.
Stand back.
Lucky thing for me, you didn't check this gun. You see, I had to fire 3 shots at the sheriff a while ago to make him keep a respectful distance. It's a good thing for me I didn't reload. You're going to listen to my story whether you like it or not. It was an accident. I first saw Jim in a card game with a couple smart gamblers. I knew he didn't have a chance, so I set in to help him.
Men, I'm on the trail of an escaped killer. He was headed this way. Did you see anyone on the road?
You mean Sunset Carson still on the loose?
Yeah, but he won't be for long. I'm getting a posse after him.
Wonder where he gave the sheriff the slip.
He might have doubled back to a hideaway on that ranch. Start riding.
Who, me?
Yes, he's a fugitive. You can shoot first and ask questions later.
That does make the percentage better.
Finish him. Remember, if he's caught and talks, he can still spoil our little game.
I know what to do.
Sure you do, Clinker. Sure you do. Go in there shooting.
He's just as good as planted.
Then your brother, in trying to get away from us, backed into a donkey cart. Got excited and fired.
Now I know you're lying. My brother never carried a gun.
He didn't. Thanks for telling me that, Miss Molly. It's evidence it might help clear me altogether. I'm sure now that gun belonged to the same thieves that talked Jim into robbing me. When they grabbed the money belt, they got back the gun also. But I know you'll never believe it until I get back to Trail's End to prove it.
You won't get that far, if I can help it.
I think I will.
Don't put me down! Let go of me! Let go of me, Carson! You simmer! Let me out of here! You open this door, Carson!
Boy, am I glad to see you.
Hello, Banty. You been here long?
Yeah, I got tired of zigzagging all over the country. Oh, what's the matter with your arm?
I reckon I zigged when I should have zagged, but the bullet just grazed me.
Well, you take off that shirt and I'll get some water and we'll clean it up. It's a good thing we hid some provisions around here. No telling how long we're going to have to hide out.
Well, if it isn't my old friend Carson.
Clinker, haven't you strayed from your home range?
So have you. But we're both looking for the same thing. Gold.
Gold?
Now, don't act dumb, Sunset. Where's the mine located?
You and Ace are back of all the trouble around here.
Maybe, but you won't be around to talk about it.
Even so, Molly Owens' horses are ready for market. That lets you out.
No, it doesn't, if they don't get there.
Don't forget, you still lose. The bank moves in here first.
That's all right, too.
Oh, so Lewis is in with you and Ace.
Smart, huh? And you better stop stalling and start talking. I'm only trying to make it easier for you.
How much easier?
Well, I could let you have it right here instead of turning you over to the law. That might be less embarrassing than a public hanging for a killing you didn't do. Eh, sucker?
What do you mean, Clinker? Now, what did you do that for, Banty?
Well, if you ain't the most thankless horse thief...
You nailed him when he's just about to tell me something mighty important.
Well, dad blame it, I ain't no mind reader. There he was with a gun on you.
Dry up so I can hear. He's still alive, and that's why we got to keep him, so he can tell his story before witnesses. Let's see how badly he's hurt.
Hey, Sunset, ain't that your money belt?
Sure is. Take it off of him. Oh. Soft, Clinker. Don't take this rap for Ace alone. You'll only wind up double-crossing.
Well,
Is he dead?
No.
Look, it's got a bullet stuck in it.
Yeah. It came from a gun like mine. He had the belt in his hand when he ran away. So if this is my bullet, I couldn't have killed him. I wonder if he was trying to tell me I didn't kill Jim Owens. We've got to get a hold of Molly.
Oh, that girl again. Listen, Sunset, if you got the cash in, why don't you let me finish it? It'll be less painful.
It won't be necessary because you're going after it while I take care of Clinker.
No, you don't.
Scared?
Me? Afeard of a female person? I should say not. I can handle her with both hands tied behind me, just like that.
Sheriff Grant.
What's going on here?
Here's Carson's accomplice.
Sheriff, I got Bill Clinker tied up in a cave down on the South Range. And he's ready to sign a confession that'll clear me and Sunset Carson of everything that's blamed on us.
Don't you believe him, Sheriff. It's a trick. Now, you make this worm tell you where Carson is.
Well, if you could just get that female woman away from me.
You're going to do some talking. Then we're going out after that sidewinding sidekick of yours.
Yeah, well, you'll never catch him. He's just about crossing the border by now.
Come on.
I'll get Lewis. You get the boys together. We've got to do something about Clinker.
Stay out of sight, but keep watch.
Ace.
Yes. This is kind of unexpected. I guess you're waiting to talk to the sheriff.
Why not? You were gonna walk out on me.
Why, Clinker, you didn't think I'd let them hang an old pal, did you? I'm going to take care of you.
You'd better, if you don't want the murder of Jim Owens pinned onto you.
There you go. Thinking with your mouth again. You know very well Carson's bullet got Owens. I missed him a mile.
Carson's bullet stuck in that money belt, and I kept it, just in case you'd ever try to double-cross me.
Too bad you'll never be able to use it.
He won't need to. Drop that gun. Clinker decided to play along with us after we showed him how you and Lewis were trying to cut him out.
We won't need that money belt now, Diamond. Banty took down your statement. All you'll have to do is to sign it.
Better see if he left any of his playmates outside.
That's a good idea. Come on, Sheriff.
Turn around. Put your hands behind your back. Molly, don't!
This waiting's driving me crazy. That sheriff's liable to be here any minute.
Oh, relax, will you? We'll take care of him when he gets here.
Well, he's here, and with a helper. Now drop those guns, and belts and all.
Are you all right?
Yes, I think so.
Sunset! Sunset!
Over here, Banty.
We got the rest of them all hog-tied outside.
Good. Where's the confession you took down? But there's nothing on it.
Oh, I thought you knew, Sunset. I can't write.
Well, Molly, do you feel like doing any more shooting?
Well, it looks like I'm going to be too busy telling you how sorry I am. Sunset!
I guess you'll have plenty of time for that.